What's up, Internet, and welcome back to You Can Draw episode 4. Today I'm going to be talking about creating bodies with your characters. And people have some sort of mental block where they can't get past the circle, not circle, but stick figure. So I'm going to draw a stick figure, and I'm going to show you how you can extend your stick figure to be a better stick figure. People usually do that, right? Well, let's break down the stick figure. Okay, so here's your head. People usually do like a smiley face, but let's actually do a smiley face, and then extend that smile to have a half circle, and then I'll bring a little mouth in there. Okay. In last episode we talked about shapes, but I think for this nose I'll do like a little bit of a nose like that. So if you follow my last episode, you'll have your face in place, and you'll be able to sort of build off of that with having a better character just from using shapes. And then something like that. So we have our character in here, but he doesn't have a body, or he does have a body, but it's a stick figure body. It's just a bunch of lines. And I think lines are actually really good for planning where you're going, but if you pick up these sort of pencils like I was talking about in the first episode, the Mitsubishi Vermilion Prussian blue. You have the blue on this side. I have it sharpened, but you have the red on this side. So from there, you have his neck. And then from that, what I usually do is you kind of have to expand out, because everybody has if you're going to bring his arms up. So if you start mapping out something like this, usually a stick figure, you have your inside lines, just pretend that these are the bones, right? But you have to, so this would be like this, your shoulder here, which would be that. You just have to make longer arms. And you can use ovals to sort of guide you in where you're going to bring. And then you got to bring his forearms in there. So his muscle here, and then. So I'm just extending this up to give him a full wingspan. And what I do for hands is to put them in place. Is I just put some sort of circles. So you already see that your character's looking a lot better just from outlining. That's basically all I did, was sort of outline the stick figure lines that we had. And then there's sort of his body. So this body has to be a lot longer. His chest would be right here. And for the body, you could do a triangle as well, because we're sort of in this sort of triangle figure. It goes all the way down. So this is where his thighs, and then I'm going to run out of paper, but his feet would sort of be here. And then you can start wrapping clothes around them if you want, because right now this character doesn't have any clothes on. So let's put some shorts, and that's sort of another line on top of that. So you have your initial lines, the stick figure lines that we sort of actually this was part of the stick figure line, is that outside line. And then we'll talk about hands in a later episode, but sort of you can pose everything out too. If you see, when I bring my hands up, my thumbs are in the inside here. So thumbs would be on the inside, so when I draw them, I got my thumbs in the inside. It's always good to reference from your own personal life if you want to. Take a picture of yourself. There's sort of his hands. I'm just going to draw those in real quick. But you see that with the circle helped because that's sort of where the palms of the hands are. And then maybe put a t-shirt on them or something like real quick. And then wrap this down where his neck would be. So hopefully that helped you sort of map out a character and draw his body with shapes, and then you could use ovals for all this. I'm just drawing his feet super quick. And then that's the same thing for like fingers. There's kind of like ovals as well. So we're sort of at the oval stage of that. And there's our character. If you have any questions about this and doing these shapes, but that's why this pencil sort of helps, because look at how many lines I've sort of used, and then when you go back over it or redraw them, then you're like, okay, now I know, if you're able to reference off these characters, then you would know. But that's sort of episode 4, drawing bodies on characters. You need to know sort of how everything is sort of mapped out. You have your shoulder, then you have your bicep, then you have your forearm here, and then that kind of brings into, you see the circle in my hand here with these all being sort of, you could use these as rectangles or ovals, long ovals that lead into the circle here. But hopefully that helps with sort of mapping out a character. Don't be afraid to use a lot of lines, but you see how we took a stick figure and brought this character to life a little bit. You could put shoes on him if you wanted to. But episode 4, if you have any questions, JAYSON at Jason's Photography, JAYSONS, photography.com. I'll write back to you if you have any questions. Like I said, pick up a blue or a red pencil. Start making a whole bunch of lines on paper. This is cheap paper. $2, $3. A pencil's what, 30 cents? If you want to start drawing, draw along with me. And we'll talk to you guys later. Comment, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.